item I'm going to show you today is one of the most precious things in my collection. A lot of people will know what this is already by looking at the name on the case there, but for the rest of you, let me get this out and demonstrate it to you now. This is the Curta handheld calculator. Let me give you a bit of background. I've always been fascinated in complicated mechanical devices, automata in particular. Like this amazing mechanical boy from the 1770s that's able to write on a piece of paper. And then, of course, there's the great story of the Mechanical Turk, which, if you haven't read it, is definitely worth a read. That's about a chess-playing automata. It's probably the reason I've got a mechanical fruit machine in the house, just because I like the mechanisms on them. Now, you can't be interested in all that stuff without being fascinated about Charles Babbage and his amazing mechanical computers. And the closest thing that I'll come to owning a difference engine is the Curta handheld calculator. This ruled the roost as far as portable calculators go between the late 40s and the early 70s before electronic devices took over. Let me demonstrate to you now how it works. So you put the numbers in using these sliders on the side. So I'm going to put in 1, 2, 3 on the side here just by moving those into position. You can see the numbers there now. Right, let's do a quick calculation. So we'll do one spin of the handle. That's 1 times 1, 2, 3. As you can see there on the top, it reads out 1, 2, 3. So 2 times 2, 4, 6, and we can spin it round 4 times to get 4 times 1, 2, 3 is 492. Reset that to 0 by spinning this ring around here, and now let's do a more complicated one. Rather than spinning the handle hundreds of times, let's just move it into the hundreds position. So now we could do 100 times 1, 2, 3, as you can see there, 12,300. So let's do 231 times 1, 2, 3. So we need another 100 spin, move it into the next position, 3 spins in that one, so that's 230. 1 spin here brings up the result, 28,413. Much quicker than most people could do it in their heads. And if you spin it around, you can see on the silver side the digits that were entered to get that result, 231. And to reset it, you lift the top up and spin this ring around, and rather satisfyingly everything returns back to 0. I'll just do one more quick calculation to show you something. So I've put the digits in 4444. Spin it around, they appear on the top there. Now let's do a minus calculation. So we'll do a simple one. We'll just put 1111 on there. And to do a minus calculation, lift the handle up slightly, then spin it round, and it minuses that number from the other one. There you go, 3333. Now, of course, that's not all it does. It's a very complicated device. You can do multipliers, divides, square roots, cubes, factors, percentages, if you know how to use it. And that's part of the fun, learning how to do those different calculations. I only found out about the existence of the Curta while searching for vintage calculators on eBay, but since then I've been able to do quite a bit of research into it because there's just so many website resources dedicated to it. As well as the usual Wikipedia article, you've got websites that really go into the Curta in massive detail, and there's just so many of them. You've got photos and videos. It's possibly one of the best documented things that I've ever seen. They've even got the original factory records which tell you when each Curta was made. On the bottom of each device you've got a serial number, put that into a website, and it'll tell you when your particular device was manufactured. And the one that I've got was made in August 1950. So how much does a Curta calculator cost? Well, if you look at this advert from, I believe, the early 1950s, back then it was $135 approximately. Convert that up to today's rates using inflation, that's about $1,000, which, believe it or not, is not dissimilar to the prices that they actually fetch on eBay. This is one of the few things that I've featured which has retained its value after all these years. So you might be better off just using one of the Curta calculator simulators that you can find online, and you can use those for free, and it gives you a bit of an idea how it operates. Now, whilst I didn't pay anything like those prices for mine, my Curta calculator is still one of my most treasured possessions, and I hope you've enjoyed having a look at it here today. But that's it for the moment. As always, thanks for watching.